Hello, my name is Ezra Nnko from Tanzania, and I would like to present my topic on the role of BRICS in shaping a polycentric world order. Since the formation of BRICS, the major aim was to create the solidarity and solidify and promote the single voice of the global Southern Hemisphere. As it is well known that BRICS had emerged as an counter G7 policy under the US hegemony. So I would like to talk about what role has the BRICS do to shape a polycentric world order since its formation. And I will be focusing on two issues. The first issue will be the establishment of the new development bank, the NDB, and the second issue will be the BRICS currency. And I will begin with the establishment of National Development Bank. What has National Development Bank did so far since its formation in 2014? And what the NDB Bank would create? What kind of atmosphere? What effects? How will the NDB shape the polycentric world order? So I will just trying to little qualify on what I've been saying about what I'll be discussing about the NDB. So since the establishment of National Development Bank in 2014, there have been mega project that has been conducted in most of the member states of the BRICS. These projects has been conducted as a way of trying to finance the project that had been previous, the same kind of project that has been being conducted by World Bank, the Bretton Woods Institute, the World Bank, and the IMF. So NDB has been established as an alternative to the World Bank and IMF. NDB has been trying or has been doing some same project that before was being financed by the IMF or the World Bank. For instance, there is this Paraíba water supply infrastructure project in Brazil, which had been cost of $60.95 US million. This project aims to support the expansion of Paraíba's water supply infrastructure, thus enhancing the water availability, resilience, and create the perfect climatic conditions. So these are some of the projects that the NB have been financing. That's what NDB has been doing in Brazil. But in Egypt, for instance, a new member of BRICS, it's what we call the BRICS Plus member, Egypt. There is this project, Suez Wind 1+1 gigawatt project, which is $100 US million that aims at expanding the renewable energy sources capacity. So if you try to come across what NDB has been doing, NDB has been much focusing on investing in infrastructure, in energy, in industries. These are the key areas that NDB has been doing. It's relatively the same of what World Bank and IMF has been doing in most of the Southern Hemisphere countries, in Africa, for instance, in Latin America, in Central America, in Asia, I mean mostly the Southern Eastern Asian countries. So why has this NDB focused much on those key sectors? Sectors are like energy, sector like industrial, sector like infrastructure. You know, it is estimated that until 2027, the BRICS country, through this unlimited investment in those key areas, these BRIC countries will contribute to 37.6% of the global GDP through investing in those three key areas, compared to 28.2% of the G7 countries. So this reflects much on how these countries will focus on how to increase or to put its much effort on investing on that key sectors. At least for now, through the key investment of $100 billion in this Shanghai Bank of NDB, we expect that it will somehow substitute more of the project that were being doing or were being conducted or were being financed by the World Bank and IMF, which we all both know that these are one of the agents of the US and the G7 countries, specifically US. So trying to substitute some of the projects that were being performed by World Bank and the IMF, and the B becomes as the substitute to most of countries which perceive the World Bank and IMF policies towards investment, towards its loans and such kind of things does not much reflect on helping those countries. So it seemed that ANDB would be a perfect solution to most of the countries that in one way or another are not satisfied with the Bretton Woods Institute. Okay, that's the one key sector that I was talking about, that most of the people we should understand on what has been impact of the role of the NDB. The other issue is that I was saying I was going to talk about two things. The other issue is the BRIC alliance. What would BRIC alliance do to reshape the polycentric world order? You know, the BRIC alliance it's a financial alliance that the BRICS countries agreed to initiate as it's normally known as a collective as a substitute of the US dollar. The creation of the BRICS currency will automatically reshape the global geopolitics, as it seems, as the US alternative of the US dollar. So why is it important for the BRICS to establish the BRIC currency, and what effect the positive effect that the BRICS currency will create to the global hemisphere? That means how much the BRIC currency will affect the global dollarization, and how much will it impact most of the global South countries. So the BRICS currency will automatically uphold the global economy to its hands. Why? We both know that most of the global economy, it's been contributed by energy. When we are talking about infrastructure, when you are talking about industry, when you are talking about transportation, when you are talking about security, one of the key areas that triggers all those sectors is energy. And BRICS countries collectively produce 36% of the total global energy, 36%. And this 36% is a contribution with the founding members of BRICS, excluding Egypt, excluding Saudi Arabia, excluding Iran, excluding Ethiopia. So this 36% is for those those countries. Mind you, China is a leading producer of the global energy, So including a country like Saudi Arabia, which we both know has the highest reserve, the countries of Iran, we both know its potentiality in energy sector. So upholding that 36% of the global energy, that means it will bring across all other sectors to its hands, because if the world has to move, that means the energy sectors has to be relatively moving with the economy. But this energy sector that stimulates economy is being held by these big countries. But why am I talking about why am I talking about the energy sectors? I'm talking about energy sectors because one of the key issues that will boost the BRICS currency is the I can say monopolization, but I can say the holding of energy sector. These countries hold the energy sector, so it will totally pull other countries which do not use the BRICS currency to begin use the BRICS currency, because it will be used as the tool. I'm not saying as a weapon, but as a tool of making sure that many countries induce the BRICS currency in its economy. We have seen some little examples during the Ukraine-Russia war in case of the rubles and something like that. So the BRICS currency will automatically diffuse many of the countries into the use of its currency through energy. So that's one area I was trying to talk about BRICS currency in terms of energy, how energy will influence the expansion and the use and the automatically diffusion of most of the countries into the BRICS currency world. I should add something here. At the BRICS currency tend to make sure that the intertrade between members, between member states, that BRICS countries, as for now, BRICS countries contribute 3.7 of the intertrade. The intertrade between BRICS countries is 3.7. So we expect that when the BRICS currency is being used, it will boost up the intertrade between BRICS countries, because these countries will have to trade within each other so that at least it can automatically regulate the inflation, deflation of most of its products. So at one area it will boost some its intertrade between the member states. So this what we call the effects of the BRICS countries, the effects of the BRICS currency. The BRICS currency will definitely lead to create a proper environment for intertrade between the BRICS countries, BRICS member countries, and the countries outward the BRICS membership. So that is another key area that I thought I should put my point on. In another way, why will BRICS currency why and how will the BRICS currency automatically penetrate in global financial? It's on in terms of trade. The BRICS countries, the members of BRICS countries, hold 37.1% of purchasing power parity. That's almost we are approaching to a quarter of purchasing power parity globally. But it holds 25% of the global exportation. That's a huge amount of percent in terms of exportation. So with these small little figures, you can see how much does the use of BRICS currency will totally affect the economization, or we can say the US hegemonization of the economy, because 25% of the global exportation, if will be conducted under the BRICS currency, will affect a huge amount of or a huge amount of a huge percent of global trade. 25% moving globally under the BRICS countries, will automatically affect even the circulation of the US dollar. So that's another point I would like to clarify. How will the BRICS currency change the world order? But we should know that US, the G7 countries, and most of the European countries, they are well known in trying to pressurize most of the countries through economic embargoes. And one of the economic sanction embargoes, it's the use of dollars and something like that. So these countries may find substitute in using of their BRICS currency. So in one way or another, the BRICS currency will become as a substitute to most of the countries that they feel they've been mistreated by US or the Western countries through economic sanctions. So the alternatives of the economic sanctions through the sanction of using of dollars and related currency will lead to the use of BRICS currency. So in one way or another, how much US will in trying to enforce its policy in trying to marginalize some of the countries by threatening or treating them unequally, by putting some sanctions, something like that. Those countries will definitely find its substitute by trying to focus on using the BRICS currency, trade with BRICS member states in some of the issues that it will totally affect the world order under the US hegemony. So those are the areas that I would wish to clarify on how the BRICS currency would affect the world order, as how it will be implemented. It automatically affect the G7 implementation policy and the US hegemony. Thanks.